The name of this movie and also one of her hit songs was all about respect. So I'm going to try to be as respectful as possible, but I have got to be brutally honest when it comes to this movie. If you have not seen this movie yet, do not worry. I'm not going to really give a review blow by blow, but it's just a few things that I saw that I wanted to talk about. I was really anticipating this movie coming out. I could not wait to watch it. And I purposely did not watch any reviews because I did not want mine to be biased. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I feel like when you're watching a movie, you shouldn't have to read in between the lines. And I feel like this is what this movie did. It left me with more questions than what I got as far as answers. And also, I do understand that her career was very long. She started off in show business at a very early age. And we know she performed all the way up until almost her dying day. However, I feel like they just gave you just a little bit. I feel like this movie could have been something on Lifetime or BT. It just wasn't, to me, something that should have been in AMC or in the movie theater, in my personal opinion. Now, let's put the music to the side a little bit and just get into her personal life. I mean, her father pretty much made Joe Jackson look like a motherfucking saint. Though I consider myself to be a fan of her music, I had no idea that she was actually pregnant at the age of 12. She gave birth to her first child at the age of 13 and her second child at the age of 14. And even though in the movie and in her book, it appears to make it seem like she was abused by a family friend, and that's how she ended up having her first child, I believe, and this is just my vibration that I pick up, that a lot of this was her father. I feel like those children were her father's kids. I also feel like she kept a certain persona for the public, and then in private, it was something completely different. I don't know if that had to do with her church upbringing or if it's just the black household where you're brought up in that day and time where what happens at home stays at home and you don't tell anybody. So I kind of look at her now and I look back upon her life and I kind of feel like I know why she seems so sad behind all her success. If you really look behind her, she never ever really seemed happy. I don't think she ever got over fighting her demons. And that's what I gathered out of this movie. For those who disagree with that opinion of mine, I get it, but I'm sorry. Plus, the child has special needs. And you know, sometimes when the DNA is too strong between two people, you can end up having a child with special needs. I wasn't surprised when she pretty much left that child behind because that child was also a reminder of her being violated. The movie also shows her during her childhood where her parents were very promiscuous. They were involved in orgies and a lot of same-sex activity. I told y'all before, sometimes people from Monday to Saturdays, they be sucking and fucking. On Sunday, they be playing church. And that's what it seems like her father was doing. Also, when you see Aretha Franklin, you would like to think that she's been successful her whole entire career. But watching the movie, I realized she had made like 9 albums and did not even have a hit yet. That was shocking to me. Which really makes me wonder how in the world her father was friends with Martin Luther King. And I do want to give Aretha Franklin credit for being a part of the Black movement. A lot of times you see celebrities doing it now because we have social media and they want to get credit and they want to be seen or it's cool or it's acceptable. But she was doing this at a time when we didn't have social media, when you were not getting praise to be out here supporting your fellow Black people. So I definitely want to give her credit for that. Aretha Franklin also suffered with alcohol addiction, and I think that was probably just one of her coping mechanisms for the trauma that she was going through. However, I need to say this. Sometimes I hate watching movies of people that I like because then I start to view them in a different way. And I feel like in this movie, it kind of made me view her in the way that I viewed Michael Jordan once I watched The Last Dance. I watched The Last Dance and I kind of saw him as a psychopath, narcissistic person with a bad attitude. And with Aretha Franklin, overall, yeah, you can call her a diva and throw in tantrums and things like that. But overall, it just appears that she really wasn't a nice person. And whether that be because she didn't have any control in her life from a young age, growing all the way up to being a teenager, having 2 children, and your father still telling you what to do. So maybe once she reached the age where she could say what was on her mind and do what she felt like doing, maybe she just did it and she just didn't care what she said or how she treated people. But I think that there's more to being a superstar or celebrity than just making hit musics or like having a hot fashion line. You know what I'm saying? Like being a good person, being humble, treating people well. And I just don't think she was one of those people. I'm sorry, I have to say it. That's just the vibration and the vibes that I got from this movie. Overall, did I like the movie? It was okay, but I could have did without it. Now, if you do not want to go to the movies and catch anything, they do have the movie on YouTube for $19.99. I think other couple places are streaming it. However, if you are one of my members or you are one of my moderators, we will be doing a watch party and you get to watch it for free. Absolutely free. This movie is definitely a quick watch. If you are interested in watching it, I would say wait until it comes out on Netflix or DVD, or do they still do DVD? I don't know, honey. Hulu, YouTube for free or something like that. I wouldn't spend $20 on the movie if I was you. That's just personally me. I would say out of 10 stars, what would I give this movie? I'd say 5 out of 10. And if I had to do 1 out of 5, I guess I would say 3. It's somewhere in the middle. That's what I would say. Somewhere in the middle is where this movie is for me. But that's just my opinion. If you've seen this movie and you feel differently and you just love it and you think it's amazing, I don't think it's Oscar worthy or anything like that. I don't see anybody getting any awards. I think Jennifer Hudson did a great job. I think Marlon did a great job. It was strange seeing him play a different character other than Marlon, something a little bit more serious. Mary J. Blige was in the movie. A lot of good people. Heather Headley, I'm sure you guys know her music. But, you know, nonetheless, I could have done without this movie, in my personal opinion. That's it, and that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it helps you make a decision whether you want to spend your money on this or not. That's it, and that's all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
If you want to step up your shade game, Ross Fly Apparel is where I got these at. They do have women's clothing, men's clothing, and children. Make sure you check out the link down below. And if you're also into that Delta 8, yes, whether you like the gummies or you want to vape, all links are below. Fully endorsed and supported by the Army. Get into it.